Hey guys, it's the Nerdy Movie Guy. Today I'm going to review Evil Dead from 2013. Now, I do have the 4K copy of this movie with its very interesting front. Just sort of see the violent red just there, right in front. The back's got some interesting images as well to sort of entice viewers to see its violent nature in what this movie has to offer. I do have most of the Evil Dead franchise on physical. I have the Groovy Collection, which I know I showed a few months back when I reviewed the first three. This does come with this one does not come with the first three. This comes with the first two movies, and then it also has the TV series. Now, I unfortunately have not started the TV series. I just have so much I'm watching right now between movies, TV shows, so I just really haven't dove into that yet. However, I do also have, this is a new addition to my collection, is the steelbook for the first Evil Dead. Unlike the Groovy Collection, this one is not in 4K. This is only in Blu-ray. However, I really liked the blue. I like the coloring. I love sort of the static feel of it because it is, an older movie. And I thought the back was really cool as well. So I like this one a lot. And I did not bring it over here. However, I do have somewhere over here the third one. I have Army of Darkness. So I like this steelbook a lot. This one I believe is 4K as well. We're just going to make sure. I believe this might be Blu-ray. Got the director's cut. It's got television cut. This might just be Blu-ray. This is a very cool, interesting copy, though. I do like how there's just a lot going on the front. I don't know if you can really see well. It is a Scream Factory steelbook. The back's got that really neat sort of artwork as well. So I like this one a lot. So Evil Dead Rise is the only one, the only movie in the franchise I do not own on physical. It unfortunately sits in the bottom of my ranking if I were to rank all of the movies, just because I feel that movie lacked, as well as the others, to have compelling, interesting, engaging characters. I didn't dislike the characters. I just felt like there wasn't much to connect with the characters in Evil Dead Rise. I felt like, not to call it a modern horror, but it felt like it definitely spent too much time trying to be scarier than it really was. And I felt like that kind of took away from the individual stories the characters could have had. So irregardless, we're going to talk about this one. This one obviously it's sort of like a soft reboot. A lot of the themes and what happens in the first movie does happen in this one, but it's different sort of core characters. They sort of have different backgrounds, and it's just sort of a new take on if younger kids were dealing with the same sort of events that they did in the original Evil Dead. This one, I feel, compared to the older ones, this one does stand out as, generically speaking, more scary. This one is scarier than the old ones. Obviously, I love the puns and the classic style of the originals, but this one was very unsettling. It was hard to sleep for a little bit. This was definitely creepy. As you can tell by the cover, it's definitely extremely bloody, and I think that made it more fun. Just sort of those things on the back, like you can just tell that this is not some comedic, quick little fun movie. This is definitely darker. It's definitely more serious, and I think it worked because in a franchise that was comedic before, mostly, I think it just gives something interesting, because now if you look at the collection as a whole, or the franchise as a whole, you have comedic movies within the franchise, you have serious ones, you have a TV series, you have the new one that feels more modern than the rest of them. And I haven't heard specifically if they're going to make another Evil Dead movie. I'm sure there will be another eventually. Most successful horror franchises have sequels, especially just individual movies, ones that will do well, just sort of make sequel after sequel, which some are good, some are bad, some are just fun. So I don't know where Evil Dead is going from here, but this one was a great sort of fresh start. Evil Dead Rise sort of added some interesting aspects to what this franchise can be. So I'm excited to see if they do another one. With this one, what I definitely like is sort of the characters trying to sacrifice for each other. You definitely feel a more closeness between these characters than in the original. Just as far as the surface level relationships are concerned within your main characters. Being newer, being in 2013, definitely sort of everything you have at it that makes a horror movie, whether it's special effects, whether it's CGI, whether it's stage work, whether it's, creature work, just everything that went into this one just looked really great. And it's not fair to say it looks better than the original ones, because the original, it did look really good. But you also got to understand there's also, nearly over 20 years of a gap between these, 20 to 25 years gap at least. So with this one, I feel like this might set as my favorite within the franchise, just because within horror movies, I do appreciate the more darker tones. What I do appreciate about this one is taking the concept from the originals, doing something fresh with it, something a little different, something more serious. So if this movie were the only one in the franchise, it may not be as memorable, it may not stand out as much, but because this one has movies that came before, that sort of age difference between when years these movies came out, that it helps this one stand out on its own because of it. So I really like this one overall. I think the franchise is great. I've liked each movie so far. I'm sure I'd like the TV show if I started it. So I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Thank you guys for watching. Can't wait to show you guys more of content I've planned.